First off, thank you for allowing me to speak. I was able to speak yesterday, and I really do appreciate the time. Today I'm coming to discuss item number 28, the zoning violations in the Fondren Overlay District. I am a husband, a father, and a homeowner on Patton Avenue, the same street as this Fondren Garage. I live 2 houses down. I'll just briefly talk about my experience with the owner. I approached the owner independently, and I was told what the establishment would be. I was told many things. I've counted 5 different things I was lied to about through my experience in living next to this place. We have music going after hours many nights. We have cars lining the streets many nights. And so we're asking that this place be shut down. We're asking that this place be looked into and going to justice. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And, you know, for a bar to open up next door to your house is definitely a disservice to you. And on behalf of whoever is responsible for this, I apologize. Mr. Mayor or Mayor Representative, couldn't we just pull the business license?
Wait, I do have a report. The mayor, well, we had environmental court today. This owner of whatever this operation is he has did not show. There is now a warrant for him, and I think within the next 24 hours, this place will be shut down. If they serve the warrant tonight and he's there, he will be arrested at that point. But the intent of the city, after learning all that we have learned about this operation, and it's one of the, as I said yesterday, the most flagrant violations of city ordinances I have ever seen. I mean, they have violated everything to deal with zoning issues. The overlay district, the language in the overlay district is very specific to maintain the integrity of the residential area while still allowing businesses and to operate, such as offices, art studios, all those things. Never anywhere was it mentioned that any operation like this would go on. He made application under false pretenses. There should have always been a site review plan. For some reason, that did not occur. So all the restrictions that go along with that would have been picked up in site plan were never picked up. He just so you get a picture of the way this is and how difficult it's been for me and the residents to get the information. The name of his LLC is S-H-H-H. That means.
Yeah, we know what that means. Yeah.
And I mean, I could take up a lot of time just going through all the different offenses here, privilege licenses, beer permits. I mean, on and on and on and on. But the good news is we're finally getting something done about it. And I will say that I never could have done what has been done without the support of all of you. And you literally took to the streets to make sure that you saved your street and your neighborhood. And that includes taking pictures, surveillance. And these citizens did this on their own. They did every bit of this on their own. And we'll continue to let y'all speak. But before we get into other things, I just thought that I would say that there is a conclusion to this, and I think it's imminent. And the mayor did have to leave, but he wanted me to know that that is what has come out of that no-show at the hearing today. And we have other issues. I mean, this council fined this same place $500 for it being, a hazard to the community. just recently. Nobody knows whether he ever paid that fine. So somehow he slipped through a lot of cracks. And but I think that we have come to a resolution here. I hope so. And I thank y'all all for being here. And I don't want to dismiss those of you who still want to speak, but I did want the council to know that there is a resolution that is imminent.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you all for taking action for your community. I will say, however, the councilwoman won't necessarily say right now, since there is a resolution, if you feel the need not to speak, it's okay. But if you would like to speak, it's still your right to come and use your 3 minutes for public comment.
And you don't have to use your 3 minutes. You can just use one.
You can use 15 seconds.
Or 1.5.
But thank you so much for the update, Councilwoman.
Y'all come up if you have something to say.
The
please.
next speaker is Caitlin West.
Hi, my name's Caitlin West. First of all, I just want to thank y'all so much for hearing us. And if we could just get a show of hands of Patton Avenue residents and people involved in this, that's awesome. I know that there are several families on the street. We have a 2-month-old son at home. Malia is here. She's pregnant. She's due in October. So, and they have a 2-year-old son. And I know there's several other young children on the street. And we thank you so much for, especially you for heading this up and helping us out. It has added a lot of stress to our lives. And me as a new mother, it's hard being a new mother. And just to have to worry about this has not been fun, to say the least. So we just want to say thank you. If somebody else wants to come up and say that, but I'll say it. We thank you so much for helping us out. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you all so much. Councilman Stamps.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to take a moment just to say that there's nothing wrong with Jackson that can't be fixed by what's right with Jackson. And what's right with Jackson is in this room, from the city workers to y'all focusing on the different issues that we represent and that we all want to see the right end for. So as we deal with the naysayers that are outside this space, remember that there's nothing wrong with Jackson that can't be fixed by what's right with Jackson. And if we keep the right heart and the same mind, we can stay focused on our solutions individually and collectively. So thank you.
So, thank you, Councilman.
The next speaker is Michael Armstrong.
I'm Michael Armstrong, and I'm a 13-year resident homeowner on Patton Avenue, and I just want to make 3 quick points about that Fondren Garage. The operating hours of the business are really unreasonable. They advertise going till 2 a.m., and it's one thing to have a big party going on a few houses down at 7 or 8 p.m. From 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., there's no way a business like that, with an outdoor patio and everything, is going to be able to maintain a consistently reasonable noise level. And because of also lack of parking, that means when they leave there, they take that party with them down the street. So my second point is, I've been picking up a lot of empty beer bottles since they opened in my yard and in front of my neighbors' yards. And the third thing is that I'm absolutely convinced that this business owner is completely uninterested in doing right by the residents of the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carrie Tilley.
And who's next?
Hi, my name is Carrie Tilley, and I also live on Patton Garage. I do not live on Patton Garage. I live on Patton Avenue. And I actually live on the far end of Patton Avenue, so I'm not even that close to Fondren Garage. But there have been many, many, many times that, since there is a parking situation, that those cars end up all the way to the other end of Patton Avenue. And that's kind of, you're like, oh, okay, well, what does that affect you? For example, this past weekend at 10:30, I could hear people laughing and talking outside of my house, and I had a niece that was 5-year-old, and my dogs went crazy at 10:30 at night. So I walk out, and the cars were all the way down to the end of Patton Avenue. On top of that, when those people came back, they were drunk and they were laughing and they were talking even louder. I was woken up again at 2 a.m. with my dogs going crazy and those same individuals getting into their car. And so I do thank you for working on this, and I do hope that this place is closed down because it's not safe. It's not safe for anyone on our street.
Thank you so much.
Vince Falcone, followed by Patricia Reese. Patricia?
Hi, I'm also a resident of Patton Avenue. I live across the street from this business, and I have actually visited it a few times as a patron. I have been invited to tour the place. There are stairwells that are not lighted. We used our flashlights on our cell phones. The first night they were open for business, they hit the side of the beer cooler to make the light come on to show us what their offerings were. There is smoking on the balcony of the building, which is not within our allotted number of feet here in our wonderful city of Jackson that tries to promote a healthy lifestyle. And the employees of this business are parking consistently in front of my house because my trees provide good shade when they're there 12 hours a day. So as someone who is worried about the safety of people leaving the facility and then getting into their cars in front of my house, as well as myself being there and not once seeing a security guard. And there are young people who are there. Now, I'm acknowledge that they could be 21, 22, 23, but as we know, if you look under the age of 25, you should be carded. And I have never once seen a security guard there, a bouncer, never once seen somebody ask for an ID, and that is why that I am here, and I'm glad that y'all are helping us.
Thank you.
Jim Wilkerson, followed by Malia Dicker.
Jim Wilkerson with Fondren Renaissance Foundation. Again, I spoke yesterday afternoon, so I want to thank each of you. Fondren is a large footprint. We actually have 3 of y'all under us, and Mr. Foote and Mr. Stokes and Ms. Barrett Simone, y'all are all within our district, so we're a very large footprint. I just pledge to y'all the same help that y'all have given to us. We appreciate everything y'all have done to help us get to this point, and you just know that we pledge to do the same for y'all for everything else that we do. Y'all have been wonderful to work with from a zoning standpoint all throughout the overlay district and everything else we go to put into our area, and sometimes that's outside the box, and y'all have been great to help us work outside the box. But this is one of those instances where, like Spirit Simone said, it is very clear as what should have been there, and somehow it just didn't work. So we're thrilled to know that now it will, and we will go forward and make it a better place. So thank you for your commitment.
Thank you, Jim.
So thank you.
Malia Dicker.
Hello, Malia Dicker, Patton Avenue homeowner, and thank you for having all of us tonight. Thank you again for your support of everything. I wanted to say that I'm a mother and have a 2.5-year-old and one on the way. I'm 6 months pregnant, and it's a time in my life when I'm supposed to be getting lots of rest and keeping my stress low, but neither one of those things has been possible in the month that Fondren Garage has been on our street. We've had noise after 10 consistently, sometimes woken up at 2 in the morning, our dog barking. We've had to have white noise on every night in the living room, really all around the house to keep our son from waking up, and he's not a good sleeper anyway. Also, just the worry it really had us on edge. Just the folks that it attracts. Fondren Garage attracts a shady element. There's people hanging outside. It's an open-air bar, so people are drinking outside. They plan to apply for a liquor license, which hopefully won't happen if it does get shut down. But we can only imagine the kinds of people who are going to be drunk stumbling down the street with our toddler son sleeping. And people have blocked our driveways, too, which is a safety concern in case there is an emergency for us to need to leave right away. So we never would have bought a house on the street with a bar, which is bottom line. So I'm so grateful that y'all are on our side and really working to get the place closed down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Darren Schwindeman, followed by John Gibson.
Darren Schwindeman, Patton Avenue resident. I'm so grateful to this body, to Councilwoman Barrett Simone, to all the departments who are here in the mayor's office, and I'm hearing so much good news. We've been dealing with this every single day for over a month, with this bar, with the noise, with the people, with the trash, with the cars, and we're invested in Jackson. our son will be attending McWillie and JPS this fall in the pre-K program. We're excited to be here. This is so reassuring to hear that this body and the departments are invested in us as homeowners and helping us out. And so we just really appreciate all of your work. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Stamps.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say thank you for investing in Jackson Public Schools. Because that's how you change the school district, is by, we have a school district that doesn't have a lot of middle class students in it. And the problem the school district is facing is because they don't have Melvin Preachers and Keitha Stamps and Tyrone Hendricks in the schools anymore. Most of those students are going to private schools and going other places. If you want to change JPS, physically put your children in JPS, and that will change that demographic of the entire classroom. So I encourage you and others to help us move our city forward by investing in public education personally. So thank you, and it's to be commended.
Thank you.
I'm John Gibson, Patton Avenue homeowner. My wife and I have the distinction of living right next door to the bar, so we get an earful and eyeful every day. I don't really need to catalog any more of the grievances my neighbors have talked about. They've covered most, if not every one of the points. But I'll echo what Darren just said. We're very proud of our neighborhood. We're very proud to live in Jackson, and we're very proud to see the actions y'all are taking to clean this thing up. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Charlie Brenner, followed by Ms. Eneva Mae Pittman.
Thank you, Lord Mayor and Council. I live on the other end of the street, across from Dr. Tilley, so I hadn't heard the noise or anything. But I appreciate y'all giving us a hearing, and I appreciate Simone for taking this issue. And I know you got your start protesting a commercial development on a residential street in Belhaven. So I know that you guys got a balanced commercial interest and residential interest, and this is a time we need you on residential. Thank you a lot.
Mr. President.
Oh, and also ride J-Train.
Good deal.
Mayor, I gave you a report, but I wish you would follow up.
Thank you.
Exactly what's going on.
I did want to, Mr. President, with your permission, just quickly, first of all, let me commend Councilwoman Simone, as always, for being the pit bull in the room. I don't know if I should have said pit bull because, we used to have to battle about the pit bulls back in the day. But anyway, thank you for your leadership on this, and then thank you to the citizens from Patton and over in Fondren for keeping this in front of us. If it was on my street, I'd feel the same way that you feel. Shut it down tomorrow, today rather, and not tomorrow, and forget the due process and all that other stuff. So I totally understand. What we've been able to do is to follow a course of action through environmental court. And today, hopefully, without talking too much, we believe that through some strategy with legal as well as through the planning department, that we will be able to move forward with potential cease and desist. But we do need, what we're finding is that some of our own policies are our problem. Some of our own ordinances are our problem, and it keeps us as an administration from being able to move quickly on certain things. So we want to continue to work with the council to potentially review those and hopefully give us some ability to be able to move those impediments out of the way so that in cases like this in the future, we can move directly to a more stern course of action versus having to put these folks through as long of a situation that they have gone through. So thank you again, and I wanted to make sure that they knew that we are definitely supporting you. And I think somebody said about balancing commercial and residential. Even on the council, I've always been in support of the folks who live in the neighborhood. So we want to support you in that effort as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
May I go?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Mrs. Eneva Mae Pittman, and I am resident in Valley North. Mr. Trista is my council person, and I think he has attended more of my homeowner association meeting than I have, because he's there. He's there just about every month when we meet. Of course, I'm here concerning item 5 as it relates to cleaning up the grasses and cutting the grass. And there is a house on the corner of